Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the series where the Grinch of Productivity roasts everybody's productivity systems because I have nothing better to do than throw this into my content calendar. And that's mainly because tomorrow's Christmas. It's practically here. Actually, today is Christmas, and Jeff Sue, just because it's Christmas doesn't mean I'm gonna be nice to you. Or it might mean I'm nicer than usual. Let's watch. Best productivity system. Google search.
This is Ali Abdaal's second brain. First, let's start with capture. So capture is about
Okay, yeah. Hey man, are you recording a video or checking your phone? Let's go. Same? What? Oh, sorry, he's distracted. What are you doing?
Be like, yes.
Okay, I get what he's about to say. He looked away for 2 seconds.
Yes, no, cut. Yep. Cool. Film. Sorted. We just went through all 4 steps of code.
What? Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. All
Respect to that intro, that was hilarious.
jokes aside, regular viewers know I have huge respect for Tiago, Ali, and Thomas, but their ultimate productivity systems can't be intimidating for the everyday person. So in this video, I'll be sharing a simple 2-step process that'll get you 80% of the benefit with just 20% of the effort.
Dude, this guy's graphics are on point. Let's get some Envato element. Let's get some story blocks going, Vinicius. Let's do some of this. Jeez Louise, look at this stuff. Good God.
I also share a lot of real-world examples so you can see how I use this productivity workflow to manage a full-time job in tech while creating videos part-time. Let's get started.
All right, just a question, by the way. Jeff, you got 363,000 subscribers. Do you need to keep working? Just a question.
In a nutshell, step 1, I literally capture all my ideas and tasks related to my work and my personal life into an app called Todoist.
Facts.
Then when I sit down in front of a laptop where there's a keyboard, step 2, organize all those ideas and tasks into their corresponding locations.
That is very smart of him, whether it be for these things like the Google workflow, because I know he uses that for his day job, personal, obviously in Google Calendar, and then YouTube for Notion. That's very good workflow, actually.
Workspace, calendar, Notion. Let's quickly break this down. Step 1, capture. If you clicked on this video, you're probably familiar with David Allen's famous quote, "Your brain is for having ideas, not holding them." So you should do whatever you can to minimize the friction between point A, having the idea in your head, and point B, writing that idea down. I want to emphasize, the app itself does not matter. I use a free version of Todoist because it has a very responsive widget. I literally just click the plus icon on my home screen, and I can input the idea or task in less than.
See what he just did so quickly? This is the kind of stuff that actually people need to do more of a better job of in videos. He gave a very practical example for what he uses it for and why. That it's not because it's Christmas. I'm actually just, this is a good video.
10 seconds. And that's all I use Todoist for. As a counterexample, I've tried using Thomas Frank's Notion template to capture tasks, but the loading animation and having to fill in 1 or 2 property fields added too much friction, and that decreased my motivation to write things down. Onto a simple example.
Perfect. This is so true. Honestly, I probably am a huge example of this. I take my phone and use the task capture automation I have that takes a Todoist task and moves it into my Notion workspace because it sucks to do it through Notion on your phone.
I'm on my way to work and a colleague messages me with a link to a document for me to review. I can't really focus during the commute, so I add review email copy and reply to Jane in Todoist and get back to browsing something actually important, like memes. Another example, as I'm about to leave
Memes are the only thing that matter in the productivity community.
for work, I receive a message reminding me of a colleague's birthday on Friday. I immediately bring up Todoist, type in buy birthday present for Michelle today, and add another task, bring present to office on Friday. After buying the present today, I check out the task, and thanks to Todoist natural language processing feature, it will remind me on Friday to bring the present to the office for Michelle. Pro tip, you should always start your quick capture with an action verb. This way you won't be left with something ambiguous like present.
Very, very, very accurate point. I feel like I'm just gonna say nice things about this, so I'll try to, roast him more, but no, in all seriousness, that is very true. If you put an action at the beginning of any sort of task, you're gonna have much more clarity, and clarity when it comes to capturing is very important so that you don't have to do more work in the clarifying step of where it goes or what to do.
A present, it's the present.
So on a typical day when I wake up, my Todoist starts off with recurring tasks and reminders I've input previously. Then throughout the day, New action items and ideas are added.
Man, all right, these graphics are next level. This is making me look bad.
Which brings us to step 2, organize. The biggest pro tip here is from Tiago Forte. The wrong way to organize information is by where you found it. The right way is to organize by the location you will use that information. Jumping right into a simple example. For some reason, I'm super creative when I'm at the gym. Like working out at the gym, not hanging out there for no reason.
You're in good shape. You don't need to clarify that. Don't worry, buddy.
In between sets of 800 kilograms, I would have ideas on new marketing campaigns to run at work, advice I need from my manager, and content ideas for YouTube. I capture all that in Todoist, finish the workout, and when I'm back on my laptop, I add the marketing campaign idea in our team's weekly meeting agenda, email my manager with the problems I'm facing, and include new video ideas in my content pipeline page in Notion. As you can see, to make step 2 work well, you first need to identify suitable locations, then organize to those locations.
This is very true because if you don't have anything that separates it, like that's how I use a lot of different Notion databases. I have a place for my bucket list for where to put TV shows. I have a place for where to capture things like video ideas. I do that in Twitter now because that's actually really quick and I have an automation that sends it to a Notion database. But if you don't know where you're going to put the information, that means you're going to have a huge inbox that then you're going to be really screwed when you end up having to deal with organizing that stuff later.
I like to do this step on a laptop rather than on my phone because I just type so much faster on a keyboard, and navigation on the desktop app is usually much easier. Another example, I'm in a car and I come across a video editing tutorial. I save the link in Todoist, and when I get home, I add it to the post-production section of my video page in Notion because I want to watch it right before I start editing, where it is the most useful. On to a more advanced example. At the government tax bureau place, I was told to apply for a tax refund in 8 months by submitting 3 documents. The moment I was told, I opened up Todoist, added the date and the documents required. When I got home, I saved that information in a Notion page, and while that isn't wrong, I'm probably going to forget about it in 8 months. So in addition to this record, I block off a time slot on my calendar for 8 months later, add the 3 documents I need to prepare beforehand, and link the Notion page within the description.
This is some good advice. I did this probably first and foremost when I started using productivity. I realized very quickly that having a task and not putting a due date on it is bad. So putting it on my Google Calendar would suffice. And since he's using Todoist in the way he is, it makes a lot of sense. I don't really have many things to complain about with this guy outside of the choices of graphics that make me look bad.
In this instance, it's fine to keep a record within Notion, but my calendar is a place where that information will be used since my calendar basically tells me where to be and when. Funny story, a friend of mine missed the deadline and lost out on quite a bit of tax refund, so that's like a real life consequence. Not exactly a funny story, but I got to say I told you so.
He's making fun of his friends. See, problem with Jeff Su's workflow, he makes fun of his friends. I found a reason to make fun of him and say he's bad YouTuber. No, I mean, dude, this is very true though. In your day-to-day life, if you've managed to have certain things come up that you don't focus on, like a tax refund, like getting your money back on rebates or whatever it is, you can miss out on some serious stuff. I hope it wasn't a significant amount of money his friend missed out on, but I guess I'm glad Jeff got it.
So, silver linings. Anyways, at this point, you can probably see how this process plays out throughout the day, right? Capture, 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 organize. Capture, 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 organize. Capture, capture, capture.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
No, but you get the point, right? Pro tip, it's fine to skip the calendar and leave tasks that are not time specific within Todoist. For example, it doesn't matter when I take my probiotics every day. It doesn't matter when I physically hand the present over to Michelle as long as I do it before I leave the office. The second those are done though, I check them off and allow my brain to forget all about them. The next example relates to inbox management because
Yeah, you don't want to forget about Michelle.
Email plays such a huge role in our lives. Specifically, how the snooze feature within Gmail is so underutilized.
All right, I'll be honest, I didn't know that was a thing. I don't use it, so.
Receive an email requiring you to take action more than a week from now. For example, you need to present in next month's team meeting. You should snooze that email until the Monday of that week when it is the most relevant. In a way, when the email arrives in your inbox, that's like the capture step. And the snooze feature is the organize to location step, if that makes sense. I have an entire video teaching you step by step how to achieve inbox zero, so I'll link that down below. In summary, capture all ideas and tasks in as frictionless a way as possible, then organize those in locations where that information will be used. Once you're comfortable with these 2 steps, check out Tiago Forte's second brain video because capture and organize is actually part of his 4-step process. Capture, organize, distill, and express.
This is very good stuff, man. Jeff, hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Let's go, Jeff. Because like, even though he only went over capture, organize, distill, and express were left out, it was really good. The first 2 steps of this, very, very true. You do need to capture everything as quickly as possible. And by doing that, you're then able to do some minor things that then let you act on the tasks themselves. Shout out to Jeff. Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. Happy holidays, everybody. Have a great day. And check out this video on how to improve your productivity even more after you hang out with your family.